Hi everyone, LazyFire here. Welcome back to the Hate the Player podcast. Still not at full capacity. Arnold's computer issues continue. But Three Toes is here, as per usual.
Yay!
Yay! You have a normal spot on this podcast. And I brought back somebody who...
I would fucking hope so by now.
I would, yeah,
Jesus.
you're doing this, you'd hope that. But we brought back Basics of CQC, which he filled in for Three Toes on a few of the Medal of Honor LP videos.
I'm your replacement drunk.
Also Dad, also...
The summer me.
Yeah. No school in the summertime. Yeah. Anyways, so we're here today to talk about video games and other things that we may dislike in the world. We've kind of strayed from the hate the player kind of idea, where we would talk about terrible YouTube people. Because really,
didn't we just come to the conclusion that they're all terrible?
yeah, that was easy. That was real easy. I'm including myself in this, of course.
Hey, have you heard of this obscure guy? I think his name is PewDiePie. Have you heard of this guy?
Whoa, what's he do?
Oh, I hear he yells rape into his microphone, and
I thought he was just a
that's all
character
he
on
does,
South Park.
This sounds right up my alley. I love hearing people yell rape all the time. Whoa.
Ooh, excuse me.
The joke was so good
Gross.
that he just couldn't even, he just went straight to coughing. Didn't even laugh at
I
it.
think I started vomiting because I thought of PewDiePie.
Ah, that's terrifying. So, I have not really done a lot. I played a couple of the Steam sale games that I got. Mercenary Kings, I put way too many hours into that so far. But I wanted to bring this up. CQC, you had a fun experience with some of the Steam sale games you bought, including Chernobyl Commander and what was
Chernobyl
the other one?
Commando.
Oh, Commando.
And Manhunt.
Manhunt.
And the Stalin Subway are the three I've played.
The Stalin Subway. It's like Metro 2033 for really poor people.
The Stalin Subway is a game that, as far as I can tell, goes under like 3 or 4 different names. Because I've seen it go as their Metro 2, the Stalin Subway, the Stalin Subway, and there was at least one other that I can't remember. It runs in glorious 4x3, and I get about 1,000,000 FPS in it, which is always a good sign.
You said it didn't run.
And it's brutally hard. Oh yeah, I got the Stalin Subway to run. The Stalin Subway runs swimmingly, unlike Chernobyl, Commando, and Manhunter, which somehow run the same engine that gives me 16 FPS, and I keep seeing people complaining about them getting a glorious 32 FPS because apparently the engine only does FPS in multiples of 2.
Yikes.
I don't know why, but apparently, like, if you look on the screenshots list for Chernobyl Commando and Manhunter, if you look, a lot of them will have, like, Fraps overlays that somehow get caught by the Steam screenshots, even though I've never had that happen with Fraps. You'll see 32 a lot. Like, that's the frame rate the game just wants to kind of go at. Unless you're me and one other guy, it seems, because that's the only comment I could find, and nobody knows how to fix it. It's 16 FPS.
It's like the early days of Battlefield 4 where people were like, unpark your cores and all that shit. Here's how I fixed my game.
And then I also played, even though I've had this game on my list forever, I played Kane and Lynch 2 Dog Days for the first time, and that's probably the worst of all those games I played.
Really? You bought Duke Nukem Forever?
I bought Duke Nukem Forever and played it for the first time since I played the demo, and you know what? Kane and Lynch 2 Dog Days is a worse video game than Duke Nukem Forever.
Oh my god.
It's so swimmy. Like, it's just a mess. Like, it's not good to look at, and then it just makes you feel uneasy as you're playing it. And then, of course, I own a copy of Ride to Hell Retribution, because what good upstanding individual doesn't own a copy of Ride to Hell Retribution and its DLC?
I want to point out you own multiple copies of Daikatana as well.
I own two on 2 different services.
Yeah, right? This is, you have a problem. This is actually an intervention. I brought Three Toes here because he doesn't have any games, so he can judge from an outside factor.
I have no games.
Fucking Mac gaming. And
I have a list. I have a list of bad shooters that I'm playing, and I maintain my list with hits such as Rogue Warrior and Turning Point Fall of Liberty,
Oh, Jesus.
and Legendary The Box, and Shell Shock 2 Blood Trails, and Drug Wars.
You also bought Call of Juarez The Cartel.
Have not launched that yet.
Yeah, I've seen
going
videos of that. You own Legendary the Box as well, right?
Yeah, Legendary The Box, a game that works so great that I have to disable my mouse and keyboard drivers, otherwise the frame rate's capped at 30 FPS, because that's a neat bug. What is it with all the games I have and having bizarre FPS bugs?
I don't know. It seems like you just keep picking these quality games, and how could you not expect great services like disable all your drivers or you get 30 FPS or lower?
And the worst part is that Chernobyl Commando and Manhunter, that was also their first suggestion. Yeah, disable your Logitech drivers, see if that helps. It's like, what planet did I come from that suddenly Logitech is some weird, bizarre indie company that nobody knows how to build their games around?
Oh my god, that's fantastic! Are Chernobyl Commando and Stalin Subway both like Eastern European Russian-made games or something like that?
I don't know.
Okay.
You know what? I have to research now.
No, yeah, I'm already on Steam. Give me a moment. Last time I went on Steam on this podcast, I had to cut that 5 minutes where I was freaking out, but that's fine.
You freaked out?
Because I couldn't access anything. Like, everything was fucking broken on Steam at that time. Apparently, it was because of the sale, not because of the Lizard Squad attack that happened this week. That apparently Lizard Squad, after they hacked Xbox Live and PSN and kept those offline for multiple days, they went after Steam to try to prove how awesome they were, and they took down a Steam server for less than an hour. And when I say a Steam server, I mean a single server.
A server.
A server. So, multiple days, they can take down... okay, hold on. Here's Chernobyl Commando. But
We are very sorry for a bad experience you could have had. The problem was actually on a Steam side. It's fixed now, and the game download works just fine, space period.
Maybe you should repair your download.
No, I'm reading this lovely community announcement by the developers for the Stalin Subway.
26 years after a fatal accident in Chernobyl nuclear power plant, that's not me misreading, in Chernobyl nuclear power plant, that covered half of the Europe in clouds of radioactive smoke.
Not just Europe, the Europe.
Yeah.
I'm pulling up Manhunter.
A large group of terrorists took over the area, trying to steal all the remaining radioactive waste and use it. Fuck is that? That's not exactly how I'd start this. Oh, and Ukrainian and Russian forces hit them with all they could. That's not going to happen.
When John Stryker... Oh, I'm sorry, that's Gullivan. What?
Gullivan?
Gullivan. When John Stryker Gullivan left the FPS, he's been far from thinking about retirement. A skilled sniper, veteran of many covert operations, he was ready to take on the less legal side of the quote business quote period.
What the fuck? So,
user reviews mostly negative, and that's on Steam, where it's really hard to get mostly negative on Steam. Like, everything is mixed.
Oh my god. Gonna point this out. This game was released in 2013, Chernobyl Commando. The OS, Windows XP, Vista, or 7. Processor suggested is Pentium dual core, or similar. 1 gigabyte of RAM. Graphics, video adapter.
Mine is listed with video adapter compatible with DirectX 9C Pixel Shader 3 with 512 megs of RAM for Manhunter.
Yeah, that's the same thing here. My god.
You must have a computer capable of generating graphics to play this game.
Also, this game was published by Kiss Limited, apparently.
Oh my god. Yeah, that's the same thing here. So this is... No, sorry. Yeah, Kiss Limited. Maybe Gene Simmons is to blame for all this.
See, I would like this on the record, by the way. The reason I ended up being so interested in Chernobyl Commando is because I went to look up more information about it and found out it doesn't have a Wikipedia page. And apparently it came out in the year of our Lord 2013. Look at those screenshots.
Yeah, they look great.
2013.
Alright, so KISS Limited's other published projects, Fist of Jesus.
Solid title.
Guilty Gear X2 # Reload. So, what the hell? Nosferatu, The Wrath of Malachi. Chip, Realms of the Haunting. Ion Ball 2, Ion Storm. Wow, there's just so much here. It looks like, basically the video game version of Asylum. Like, there's a Minecraft ripoff and everything. There's a game just called Z, which I just kind of want to buy on principle now.
Right.
Street Racing Syndicate, because, crime syndicates. Oh my god, Z is a top-down GTA-styles game. What? It looks like fucking original GTA.
Oh, Jesus.
But no, sorry. Let me put this way. It looks like fucking original Warcraft.
Ugh.
It's the classic real-time strategy game by the Bitmap Brothers.
Oh, the Bitmap Brothers that I'm familiar with. What?
Yes. It's got a mostly positive rating.
I don't know, but that's Steam. You never rely on. Oh, hey, I just looked at a Manhunter screenshot that in the top left corner says nice big text God mode. Good job, guys.
Yeah, trying to make it not very clear we're playing this on debug mode. Oh, God. So, what was your experience with the games you've actually been able to play?
The Stalin Subway has horrifying audio issues and very buggy movement, but I think I'm going to actually enjoy it for being a bad shooter. Oh, hold on, I have a screenshot from it that I need to read aloud to the class. What a crap! How can they be arrested? They've been checked a dozen of times. Also, I discovered on the Stalin Subway when I was trying to fix problems with it. Oh yeah, the Stalin Subway is a game on Steam that I had to download an external patch to get to work. I forgot about that.
What? What the fuck? The entire point of Steam is you don't have to do that shit no more.
I know, right?
What the hell?
So I downloaded that, and then while I was doing that, I was trying to see if there was a way for me to force widescreen. I couldn't find a way. But I did find that the game's cutscenes are just stored as AVI files, so I got to watch one of the cutscenes, and oh my god, that's quite a cutscene I watched.
Oh my god. I really hope you put some videos up on your channel, and we should point out...
Oh, I already have video footage of it. I'm hot to trot. I just gotta finish this fucking game, and then it's going up.
Ah, nice. Yeah, so Three Toes, I maybe should mention this. This is CQC is the guy who shoots down all the jets with the SRAW in Battlefield 4.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Fuck jets.
Fucking
Fan of your work.
When you got J-Damned last night, that was fucking fantastic. Fucking CQC and like 3 other dudes are sitting on top of the roof on one of these
I was
maps.
the only one who lived. Like, I watched them get J-Damned. I'm like, did you just get J-Damned?
And so, Three Toes, it should be pointed out that in Battlefield 4, the A-10 and the other close air support jets...
Frogfoot.
Yeah, the Frogfoot and whatever. They can actually drop, like, fuel air bombs, JDAMs, on targets now, like they could in Battlefield 2.
Nice.
Yep, so people got tired of those guys sitting up on that roof and just dropped JDAMs on them instead.
It's always funny whenever I'm sitting on top of a roof killing aircraft and I get to watch them going, oh, are we about to get mortared? Oh, we're getting mortared.
Yeah, it more or less just happens. But you've been focusing so much on jets, your ability to shoot down helicopters has apparently deteriorated, which I thought...
Oh yeah, it's greatly diminished.
But it's always interesting to watch you do this stuff and then realize that DICE wants to take away your ability to hurt things.
Oh, they're not going to succeed.
No.
They're not going to. I have 5,500 kills with the AT-4 and BC-2. They're not going to stop me. I don't know what they're thinking. It's not going to stop. It's not going to help.
things will always be like this. But the other game we've been playing recently is Insurgency,
Oh yes.
and I think that's something even Three Toes' shitty MacBook could run, because it looks like fucking Call of Duty 1. But
Yeah, I thought we were going to try that.
we should do that. You should come in and play with the CTS guys. We'll just take over the Artemis channel, and like we did last night.
Doing that.
We were in Mumble last night, and I just noticed where everyone was, and they were in the Artemis channel, so it's a completely different game. And they just, like, everyone who came in, it's like, are you guys playing Artemis? What are you talking about, Capture C? And it's like, shut the fuck up and get the fuck out. And so,
Get out, nerd.
and so, like, the Battlefield 4 channel became two guys talking about Dragon Age, and, like, the Artemis channel became the Battlefield channel. It was ridiculous.
It became the Battlefield goons playing Insurgency, I think.
Yeah, that's what it became afterwards. It's like, are we going to go to the Insurgency channel? Fucking no. We're just going to stay here.
No.
So, yeah, Insurgency's a lot of fun. Even if I'm terrible at that game, it's still tons of fun. Just, like, it reminds me, and you know how you, like, why'd I launch it? What the hell's wrong with me? You know how you like your CT, your CS:GO, and so on, Three Toes. This game's also running in the Source engine. It's got a bunch of Steam Workshop shit you can throw in there. It's just really fun. It's multiplayer, like competitive, but there's also a co-op mode where you basically go through and try to capture objectives and take out points with a lot of real-world sort of weapons and everything like that. It's a lot of fun. Have you actually
let's do
played it? Have you played it or not?
No,
Oh.
no, not at all.
Damn, because it was on like super duper sale just recently, and Arnold likes it too. So that's a good sign.
It's not still on sale, is it?
No, I think it's like $10 now or $15.
It's not bad.
You also
Considering I don't buy any games ever, like I don't mind dropping $10 on a game.
Yeah.
You also need to make sure you install shitloads of mods so it turns into an unholy clusterfuck of nonsense.
Right. So if we win, I don't have to go to work tomorrow, so I've been drinking pretty heavily. If we win,
I've started.
Yeah. If we win, the game now plays the Soviet national anthem for me. If somebody fires a rocket nearby or an explosion happens nearby, someone you'll hear a line from King of the Hill, throw a smoke grenade, someone says smoke weed every day. It's great.
It's like my do you have Left 4 Dead 2, Brahman?
No, I don't.
Damn, because I wanted to invite you to the mod clusterfuck.
Oh Lord, I've seen what that can do.
I have over 100 mods installed for Left 4 Dead 2.
Holy shit.
And it turns it into an anime nightmare zone.
Oh,
I
God.
worry about that.
Like,
Are there, does the smoker have a tentacle penis shooting out now?
smoker? No, my goal in Left 4 Dead 2 Mod Madness was to replace every single model in that game basically with something else. So the smoker is the bloodsucker from Stalker. The hunter is Tau Kaka and makes fucking Michael Jackson noises. Coach is Ganondorf from Smash Brothers Melee and sounds like Duke Nukem. Bill is the scientist Walker from the Half-Life 1 leaked alpha. Just a bunch of dumb shit just piled on top of each other.
So it's like Second Life, but you're actually doing something.
It's like Second Life, but like it runs at 60 frames per second because Second Life runs like sadness and misery on every single hardware ever invented.
Yep. Oh my god. That's just fantastic, let's face it. So we'll have to do Insurgency, Three Toes. You'll have to get into the Mumble channel we use, the Camping the Stairs Mumble, and enjoy that with us. It's actually a ton of fun to just basically do a couple rounds of that after some Battlefield 4. Even if you're having fun with Battlefield 4, it's just like straight up awesome. To just jump in there and have sort of a Counter-Strike-like game, but have all this crazy shit happening and people freaking out and throwing stuff. And CQC also broadcasts Lou Reed's for the entire fucking time we play. So,
hey guys, I have a very small penis.
The Men's Rights Activist University fucking posts last night were great too.
I think my favorite, though, is definitely everybody's reaction to the Hood Up forum.
Oh, God. You want to explain that?
Oh, there's this guy who reveals to the world a concept he heard of entitled Sugar Butt, where you put, like, sweet things like ice cream or certain other types of stuff, and you eat it out of a girl's butt, and somebody, of course, immediately calls him a fag, and his response is, "No, nigga, you the fag." and so that's kind of become a thing. Just because... basically.
I missed that. That's fantastic.
Oh, you weren't there for the Hood Up?
No.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I only have done about 3 nights of this stuff with you guys, and I think the first night you didn't even bother with the Lou Reeds.
Yeah. Generally the order it goes around the Mumble these days with the Battlefield goons is we'll play Battlefield for a few hours, we'll play Insurgency for an hour or two, and then we'll watch anime while I get really drunk.
Yeah. Fucking that anime shit, dude. That's
You haven't seen nothing yet. Like, you're fairly new to it. You haven't lost.
I worry about the day where you guys go like, okay, it's your turn, and fucking I have to lose on this because within 20 minutes someone's fucking on screen. Fantastic. Thank you, Japan.
It's not fucking on screen. It's just like breastfeeding.
God.
I can't say that with a straight face because it actually happened to us.
Yes, wasn't that the one with the nuns that stuck candles in their nipples or whatever it was?
Yep, I know what it's called too, and that's bad. God, fuck that. We're never watching that again.
Yeah. So, Three Toes, this is what you're missing every time you don't play Battlefield with us.
I wouldn't say I've been missing it, Bob.
Oh, you've been missing it.
You've been missing. You don't know what you're missing until you appear in this thing, see what's happening, and just go, what the fuck? So, for the longest time, I'm like, man, I can't wait till the day I'm cool enough to get invited to anime. Because these guys keep talking about anime and what they saw last night, and I never get invited. Then one night I did, and I was just, why'd I want this? But at the same time...
I never asked for this.
Why? It's like fucking living in Kotaku. It's just, fucking stunk, and I was pretty sure I got molested. But...
Definitely.
Yeah, could have been a problem. But, it's what it is. It's actually a lot of fun to do that. It's fun doing hood rat shit, etc., etc. But that's about as far from hood rat shit as you can get, but I'll go with it. So, Three Toes, have you actually seen anything you wanted to talk about specifically tonight, or played anything?
Not really. Still kind of watching the NBA 2K15 thing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, CQC, I should recap then. Three Toes is watching an LP of somebody playing NBA 2K15, and he scanned his face into the game.
Oh no, I know about how well that face scanning thing worked.
Yeah,
I remember
it's
reading an article where somebody's dog was more accurate and more representative of a human being's face than his own face when he scanned it.
See, that's what we were talking about last week. We were like, oh, why don't you get it to like scan your dog or cat's face and put it on a human's body and see what happens? Like,
Somebody
I can't
did.
believe I'll have to look for that. I haven't seen that.
Oh, I want to say it was on SB Nation.
Oh. That's, SB Nation's been doing some fun shit with some of that stuff lately.
Yeah.
But
yeah, other than that, I played a version of, like, I guess you could call it a quote-unquote updated version of Oregon Trail.
Oh, Oregon Trail?
Yeah, but it's with, like, zombies, of course, because fucking everything's with zombies these days.
You need them.
I guess.
No,
but
not really. But...
Have you, Broman? I have a question for you. Okay. Have you played more BC2?
Yeah, I played a little bit more.
Single player or multiplayer? Have you gone into the multiplayer at all?
Yeah, that's all I've been playing.
Oh, I love BC2, man. After this, I'm totally down to play BC2. Just saying.
I'm considering it now. Goddamn. Yeah, give me a second after this finishes, and we'll go do that.
Yeah.
I don't have no work tomorrow. I don't got no work all next week. I got nothing but time. It's great.
You know, it's not polite to make plans in front of other people.
Motherfucker, I sat there and tried to get you into BC2, and then we realized you couldn't run it. I'm not turning on a fucking Xbox. I'm not turning on the fucking Xbox.
I don't even have a live subscription anymore, so it doesn't really matter at all.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, my Xbox, the live got shut off for it, so I can't play any games online.
Yeah, I had to get a new credit card and never updated my information, so they shut off my service.
Yeah,
you see, I own an Xbox One.
Can you even turn it on without an online subscription?
No, I own an Xbox One. I own
original Xbox.
That OG Xbox.
Oh, okay.
You gotta say it's OG. That's all you can say. I think that's what it should be. Anytime you talk about the original Xbox, is just say OG Xbox.
OG Xbox.
Because then only OGs are gonna get what you're talking about.
Oh yeah.
Fucking that's the shit, man.
And speaking of fucking Xbox and live and canceling service, I've determined that it is impossible to cancel your Xbox Live subscription online.
Yes, it is. It's absolutely
Did you notice that it always says, membership services are down right now. You should try back later. And it never fucking works when you try and... You can do anything but cancel your subscription.
Yeah, they... And the weird thing is that when I switched credit cards, they still billed my old card. Even though I had canceled the service and told them to stop billing me. So it's I've been billed for 2 years on a card that doesn't exist anymore. I don't think Microsoft cares. My bank hasn't said shit yet, so must be okay. What I should have done before I left my old company was put it on my corporate credit card.
Oh god!
And then just fuck them hard, because fuck that place. You know what
I think that's credit card fraud.
We're gonna detour for a second here. You know what my boss's last words were to me after working for her for 2 years? Have a nice life.
Get the fuck out of my house. Oh, that's
wow.
That's even worse somehow.
Yeah. Why do you think I'm leaving this shitty company?
Jesus.
Yeah. So, yeah. Now that we've detoured successfully away from what we're talking about. So, Three Toes, are you looking forward to anything coming up? Are you on the fence still about building a PC or buying a console or anything like that? Is there something we can do as two people who want you to succeed in life and maybe have nice things to convince you to buy a PC?
That's the thing. I keep spending money on other nice things.
Like guns.
Yeah.
You can't play fucking video games on guns.
Yeah.
If you try to, you'll probably get arrested.
If you said alcohol, I would have been on board, but you said guns, and guns are pretty cool, but it's not.
Way to go shoot stuff. Whereas you could sit in front of a screen and pretend to shoot stuff.
Battlefield 4 has a test range.
Hey, can you shoot down jets in real life? That's what I thought.
Yeah, I mean, if you try that shit, the FAA comes after your ass.
It's like that Simpsons when Homer gets a pistol and he's like, and then this one helps you shoot down police helicopters. Like, oh, I don't need anything like that yet.
The silencer, the Loudner. I love it.
The Loudner. Speed cocker. Ooh, I like the sound of that.
Yeah. Use your pistol to shoot out the TV. That's always.
But no, I have no idea what's coming out. Like what are the big like Q1 releases supposed to be this year?
I'm sorry, if you're buying games because you want to play stuff that's coming out now, you've already fucked up. Because there's nothing good coming out right now. Anything good coming out right now is kind of terrible anyways. The big Q1 releases are in March. There's Battlefield Hardline. No one fucking wants that game.
Is that like
not even the Fire
police
wants that
version?
Game. Yeah,
or whatever?
It's the police version. So
I want that game.
CQC, what the fuck are you going to do with that game? Get arrested in it? Like,
Actually, I had fun in the beta. I discovered that in Hardline, like in Battlefield 3, they changed the way the melee system works, so you can do front hits again for half damage.
Yep, yeah.
I discovered that it was much quicker to, quote, arrest people. Rather than going through the whole animation with the bat or the stun baton, what you would do is you would tase them, manually switch to your baton, go prone directly into front of them, smack them in the face twice, and interrogate their unconscious body for the positions of their friends. And it was really silly. Where are your friends? And the guy's just sitting there incapacitated. It kind of owned.
Yeah, well, you know they're going to change that shit, but hey,
they're going to change that shit like the spin bug that's been in every game since BC2.
The one that you keep doing every single time you kill a jet.
Yep, that bug.
That's always good.
Wait, what is it?
You see in BC2, Battlefield 3, Battlefield 3 they partially fixed it, but it's not fully fixed. In Battlefield 4, there's a bug where if you bind a key on your keyboard to turn left or turn right, instead of turning you at a reasonable speed, it instead turns you at the maximum possible speed that the engine allows you to turn at. So you shoot something down, and then the kill cam shows you, and you become a violence tornado, just spinning around at Mach 2. And it's great. If you bind a key to look up and look down, when you look up, you instantly look at the sky. When you look down, you're instantly looking at your feet.
Oh my god, I love stuff like that.
Yeah. What I'm trying to say is that DICE are very good at ironing out bugs in their releases.
Oh my god. Yeah, the number of bugs in Battlefield 4 that have existed since like Battlefield 2, like just continue on, stupid shit. Like I think they finally fixed you being able to fucking defib somebody through a wall recently. Like, that stuff is just... Or a car door, I think, was the big thing. It's like, hey, you can't defib this guy in a car door anymore. But, like, some of that shit, it's amazing.
Battlefield bugs are not nearly as bad as Gary's mod bugs that have been in the engine for years.
Yeah, but who's working on Gary's mod anymore?
That's the whole point of Gary's mod, though, I thought.
They're about to make a patch for Gary's mod.
Holy shit.
And
it's just going to add another version of Trouble in Terrorist now.
They're fixing one of my favorite bugs. Those fucking Nazis! God damn it! That's my favorite bug. Is the rope bug. The rope bug where you can apply certain materials to ropes and it causes the engine to flip the fuck out. And basically, it looks like your GPU is dying. They're quote fixing it. They're only partially fixing it. And it's a very Band-Aid solution because Gary was helpful enough to post the code in the update thread that he was posting.
Oh god,
you're a genius, Gary! Like how I grief Gmod. I love to grief RP. I discovered a bug that allowed me to crash any server in Gary's mod through Gary's own Mantis bug tracker, and it took him about a year to fix it.
That's the guy building Rust.
I loved that bug. Oh, the fucking motors. You could crash servers with the motor tool. But my favorite bug in the whole game was definitely the Medusa bug, where basically you would download a file that replaced a texture on your computer, and whenever you applied that texture to another prop, anytime anybody looked at that prop, their client would crash. So I had a script that told me who the admins were, and before I would grief a server, I'd just walk to the admins, crash their client, get all the admins, and then I'd start griefing. And then when they'd come back, I'd crash them again as soon as they got back in. And it was a lot of fun.
Oh my god.
And the best part is that some people caught on to it partway through it before it got fixed, and they disabled the material tool that you needed to do it. Well, the problem is that most of those servers had a tool called CallMat installed. Now, CallMat you could disable to users, but it had a checkbox that said, apply this texture to spawn prompts. that did not check for usage rights. So while I couldn't use the tool by clicking on things, I could still have all my props spawn with the material that would crash things. And like 90% of servers had this tool installed. So they would disable all the tools to do it, thinking they were fixed, and then I would do it anyway, and everybody would crash and die. What I'm trying to say is that Gary's Mod is a fantastic video game product that has plenty of amazing bugs.
Oh my god. Well, I mean, hey, what do you expect? It's a fucking almost, what is it, 10 years old now? It's almost 10 years old. You'd expect...
I have to look.
I expect some shitty code to be still in there somewhere, but I didn't expect you to exploit it in so many ways.
Oh, are you kidding me? Gary's Mod is one of the most easy to exploit games in the world. It's great.
It's such a weird thing to think that thing's been around and popular for so long, and yet getting it to fucking function correctly is just not happening.
Gmod 9.0.4, which is the most popular version of the mod back when it was still a free source engine mod, came out in 08.
Oh god.
January of 08. I've been playing since version 7A. Release date. Oh, no, here's the original release date. Released December 15th, 2006.
God.
So,
8 years old. God damn. So, you've been fucking around in that forever.
Because it came out with the orange box, didn't it?
No. Before.
Really?
They had to update the paid version to use the orange box engine. I remember that was a big update, and it was a big deal for me because it made my game run worse because I was running a toaster at the time.
Oh god. So, yeah, besides Gmod bullshit and everything else, you've obviously been using your time recently in, good ways with your Chernobyl Commandos.
Oh yeah.
What is Stalin Subway an RTS? What the fuck?
No, it's a shooter.
It's a shooter.
It's a shooter.
Is it?
I could stream it to you like it's a shooter.
Metro? Is it Metro? Is it Metro Last Light but shitty?
I've not gotten very far, so I'm actually not in the Metro yet.
You can't advertise that and not start in the goddamn subway.
No, you start. You're like a guard with the police, and you're talking to your dad about science stuff because he's a science man and he wants to go to the library. I'm running this off of memory, which is not very good, so you'll have to excuse me. And then your dad calls you and says a bunch of words that don't really make any sense about what a crap they've been checked a dozen of times, and then I believe the plot so far is your dad has been arrested by the police, and then you see some Russian guys taking some people down into the building you're guarding, because you're guarding a secret building that has nothing in it, and they take them down and they shoot some guys, and then so that causes you to pull out your Makarov and everybody to get mad at you, and they just start shooting you, and so now I'm escaping the bunker, and there's a bunch of guns in that game for no reason. That once you get a better gun, there's no reason to use the old guns, and man, it's a bad game, but I think I'll like it.
Well, just keep playing and find out how much you really like it, I guess.
It has a lot of guns for a game with no reason to have a lot of guns. I don't get it.
I'm sure it all makes sense at the end. I mean, this seems like a very well put together, smart game.
Oh, most definitely. I need to find out when this game came out.
Probably 2013. They probably just released all those games at once.
This is a different company than the ones that made oh shit, there's another fucking Stalin Subway, and I don't... Oh, fuck me, hold on.
Stalin Subway 3. Are you going to buy this? Are you live buying a game?
That
may or may not run.
I'm totally live buying a game right now. Holy shit.
Don't do it. God damn.
I'm doing it. It's $3. I'm doing it. You can't stop me.
Oh my god.
Oh, what's my security code? Hold on.
Oh lord, we're seeing the end of an era, the end of CQC's sanity. It's going right out the window as he plays Stalin Subway 3. Stalin.
No, the one I have is apparently a sequel.
What? What is it called then? What's this new game you're buying called?
The Stalin Subway, the Red Veil.
Is it an expansion pack? Is it?
I don't know. I just bought it.
Oh, Lord. So, Three Toes, have you been doing anything that isn't fucking depressing as shit when you hear about it on a fucking podcast?
I mean, I had pretty fun on New Year's. If we want to get into that, if anybody did anything interesting for New Year's.
I played board games with friends.
We actually, my band actually had a show, which I absolutely love playing on New Year's.
Yeah.
It was really, really fun. It was at this really nice, like, outdoor venue. This guy, like, has all this land, and he basically converted this old barn into, like, a concert venue with, like, a really good sound system. So he holds, like, basically little music festivals every week, with just, like, local and regional artists, and he decided to do a New Year's show, and we played, and it's kind of up in, like, an unincorporated area, so it's, like, a lot of kind of farmland and fields and whatnot, and basically the way it goes in this state is if you're in an unincorporated area, you can pretty much do whatever the fuck you want on your property.
Hell yeah.
And so, about every 10 minutes or so, the guy in the adjacent lot would fire off a musket. Like a black powder musket. Like, who needs fireworks when you can just shoot a black powder rifle into the air?
Right.
Like, with no bullets or anything, just like powder charges.
Just powder, yeah, sure.
Yeah, so we'd be in the middle of playing a song and hear like an earth-shattering boom every 5 to 10 minutes.
Okay, so I've discovered more information about the Stalin Subway. They both were added to Steam on October 5th, 2006, so these are older titles. I was wrong. I just bought the sequel, which costs more money than the first game, or less money than the first game. It appears this game, judging by the screenshot, supports widescreen, which will be nice. And, yeah. I believe the reason it's called Metro 2 has to do with a thing in Russia actually being called Metro 2, so I believe there are 2 The Stalin Subway games. And I own both of them right now.
Oh, God. Well, I'm proud of you, but at the same time, I'm kind of disappointed in you.
Well, you'll see a video, don't worry. You'll know what these games are like.
Oh, God. This is going to be terrifying. This is going to be like the time you broke that other game and started flying around in it.
Which one? Oh, was that... Are you talking about me falling through the world and Ride to Hell?
No, I've seen so many videos of that now I don't even know what to do with them. Hold on, I want to find the video. I know this is thrilling fucking stuff now, but let's see. It was one of your non-techie Boing, the whatever video that came from.
Stalker.
It was Stalker.
Chernobyl.
Okay, yeah. Is it gonna go like that? Is it gonna be fucking 6 hours of you doing that?
That wasn't me that had that happen to. That was an enemy. I still don't know how that bug happened. Stalker is a fantastic game full of amazing bugs, but that is literally the first time I've seen that happen. My favorite instance of a bug in Stalker is definitely when I killed a guy standing on some staircases, and then his ragdoll immediately flew towards me. The ragdoll hit me with enough force to instantly kill me, and then I watched on the mini-map, because there's a corpse indicator, the corpse flew out of the bounds of the map and did pirouettes in the air and went all over the place.
It's like the Rise of the Triad when the wall escapes and just...
I'm free.
Oh, man. So, yeah, that's a thing. I can't wait to see what happens with that. But yeah, the only thing I really have to say about my recent posting video game stuff is that one of the Wolfenstein developers actually showed up in the Wolfenstein New Order thread I'm doing.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, really?
If he's listening to this, I don't know. If he's listening to this, he has way more time on his hands than he should.
So I'm kind of regretting that because I asked you for a few like videos that you already had uploaded, so I could kind of, because I was just bored one night and wanted to watch some more of that Let's Play. I'm kind of regretting it now because now I'm all like ahead of the game, so I'm not gonna have anything to watch for a long time on that. I've been really, really enjoying it.
How about the 3 videos I just encoded while we were having this conversation?
Oh, sweet, yeah.
9, 10, and 11. I'm so far ahead in the recordings that I could possibly just stop doing it now, but I have to go through and do it a second time. So, it's what it is. But, or I don't have to do the entire game, I just have to do select scenes from it.
Really?
Yeah, because when you play as goddamn, I did this through the entire fucking LP.
Yeah.
Every time it's like when you play as Fergus, it's like you're not playing as Fergus. That guy, that motherfucker's in a helicopter or whatever. When you play with the Fergus surviving timeline, there are a lot of differences that don't show up in the Wyatt surviving timeline. So you have to kind of do both timelines to get everything out of it. And so I'm probably going to have to go through and basically do the game mostly over again if I want to get everything out of it and show everything off. So it's only a few levels really need to be done to show it. So it's the opening level where Wyatt survives, and then a couple scenes from one of the early levels, a few more scenes where all the intermissions have to be redone, everything like that, so you can get everything. But I've already beat the game under Wyatt. So
how many hours do you think that game is to beat, just on one timeline?
Like, it's probably a good 8 hours if you're trying to find everything. In the 3 playthroughs I've done so far, I have about 23 hours between them. And when you're going through and you're showing it off, it takes a little while longer than not. But when I went through on my second time with the Wyatt timeline, I was actually pulling up a bunch of shit and trying to find exactly where everything was. So I don't know how the game actually tracked me being in-game while I was all tabbed out. And I've got to say, it's actually a lot of fun with that game, even though ID Tech 5 is not really a great engine, as it were. Because, I mean, if you watch the videos closely, you'll see if I turn away from something and then turn back, stuff like starts loading in suddenly. Because ID Tech mega textures and all that shit don't really work well. But for what it
not
is,
as bad on that factor as Rage. Rage had that texture pop-in issue more.
Yeah.
I found Wolfenstein had lower frame rate though. I don't think I've tried it on my new card yet though, so I need to give that another go.
I don't know. I only ran it on the 970 I just put in, so I've been basically running in heaven on that thing, 60 frames per second, easy. I had to put VSync on because the monitor can't keep up with the game, but you know, it's all good. It's such a fun game. I don't mind going through it another time, and I have a week off between jobs, so I'm just like, fuck it, we're gonna do this as many times as I feel like. I don't care anymore. Like, my wife can't be home to tell me to do shit because she has to go to work. But I saved up, in the 2 years I was there, I used 1 week of vacation the entire time. 1 solid week. I get 2 weeks a year. So I have some time. I had time saved over. I'm actually going to get paid more by quitting when I did than if I stuck around and kept working over the next few weeks. So whatever. That's a weird way to put it, but that's true. So I can sit around and do fucking nothing if I want to this next week. But instead I'm going to play video games and maybe fix up my house a bit. Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of what I worked a total of 4 days in December due to cleverly timed vacation and the winter break that we get since the students are gone.
Yeah, good deal.
It's pretty great.
Yeah. I don't know. I worked actually through the last time my boss saw me. Well, the last time I thought my boss was going to see me was my birthday. And she basically said, drive safe, and then left. And so I thought the last words she'd ever say to me were, drive safe.
Would have been better that way.
Yeah, there's worse last words you could have. Like, have a nice life.
Yeah. My wife has never liked that woman, even though she's never met her, because there was a point on our honeymoon where she told me I'd get fired if I didn't do work on my honeymoon in a foreign country while I had vacation time. So my wife has disliked this person from day one, and so she was probably the happiest person when I quit, even more happy than I was. It's like, good, that fucking bitch deserves it. It's like, awesome. Never met this person. You hate her. It's great, but you know, hey, so it means I get to play all the games I bought on my Steam sale, because I bought a bunch of games. Because Steam sale is the fucking devil. And then I reinstalled Skyrim because I kept making Skyrim jokes in fucking the Wolfenstein thread. So I was like, I should play Skyrim again. And so,
No.
yeah. I bought way too many games on the Steam sale. I've been playing a ton of Mercenary Kings, which is sort of a Metal Slug-like game with a bit more mission structure, resource gathering kind of things. You craft guns and go out in the field and destroy shit. It's all very pattern-based. It's pretty fun. It got a lot of good reviews, at the very least. But even with my ridiculous, stupid, overpowered PC, there are times where the frame rate will dip below, like, 10. It's like, you guys didn't really optimize this very much, did you? There's, like, 2 enemies on the screen, or better yet, no enemies on the screen, and it just, like, goes down to 10 frames, and you're like, what the fuck is this? But, yeah. So, anything else anyone wants to talk about at this juncture? I'm getting increasingly drunk, so this may be the time to stop.
Did you buy any garbage by any chance?
I don't know yet what Ziggurat's going to be like.
Okay, I like garbage. What's your worst game you have on your Steam list?
Ooh, that's a good one. That I've played?
Yeah, that you've played.
Fuck. Give me a minute.
I know what mine is.
When the hell? Oh, no, that's... I was like, I bought Fallen Enchantress, and it was like, no, wait, that's a demo or something.
Free Weekend.
Dub Wars. Dub Wars is easily the worst.
I know, and that looked so promising too.
Wasn't that a fucking Ouya game?
Yeah.
Oh, well, yes.
It was like a launch title for it, I think.
If you told me that shit, I wouldn't have bought it.
Dude, I did tell you that.
I don't listen to everything you tell me. You're not my real mom, etc., etc.
No, you shut the fuck up, Dad.
Yeah. Either that, because of the way apparently, if you want to get your keyboard working, okay, here's the post, controller functionality. Only Xbox 360 controllers are mapped, but both wired and wireless should work. For the time being, you will need to press Control T or Command T after starting a level if you want to switch back to mouse and keyboard. Use Control M or Command M. Like, what the fuck? Why is that not just an option? Why do I have to hit those buttons and know that that's the thing? But the way you aim and everything in that game's fucked.
That sounds like it seemed like, from what I've seen of that game, which was when Giant Bomb demoed it on the Ouya when they had their Ouya demos, it seems like a really bad version of Beat Hazard that only runs its own music instead of whatever the fuck you want to play through it.
That was a big criticism of it, that you couldn't like load up your own playlist.
Yeah.
Again, it was a game that was kind of a neat, fun idea. I mean, I think it would have been fine, like, maybe just a web-based game.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I don't know. I feel really dumb for buying it because I was just drinking and buying games on the Steam sale, and that's the thing that happened. And I can understand why I do stupid things when I drink, but so I would say,
oh Jesus Christ! They're charging $20 for it.
Yeah, it wasn't that much when I bought it, thankfully. I would also say the Mass Effect port for PC is terrible.
It is. Mass Effect's still a good game, though.
Yeah. I just really don't like how that game controls with the keyboard, and I'd rather play it with a controller. Just because it was very clearly designed for a controller, but there's no controller support. Because fucking why would you have that? But I'm interested to see what happens when Ziggurat. I actually play Ziggurat, which is like a 3D roguelike kind of game. It looked really interesting. So, we'll see how that goes. What's, out of curiosity, while we're here, what's the worst game you own, CQC?
Ride to Hell Retribution.
Even worse than the game that you can't get more than 15 frames per second on.
Hey, I don't have to play that shit. I elected not to play it. Ride to Hell I played, and I'm eventually going to beat that game, but I'm 6 hours in, and there's no sign of it stopping. I'm actually really terrified about how long this fucking thing's going to be.
What if they just made a really long, terrible game? Like, it just doesn't end. It's like 36 hours of game, and they just, like, kept going. It's like, No, it's like eating at in a restaurant where it's just like the food's terrible, but there's such huge portions that you feel like you're getting your money's worth.
It's such a good deal.
Daikatana is like that. Daikatana, the PC version of Daikatana, is super fucking long. Oh my god, like, I want to do an LP of Daikatana, but at the same time, I know how long that will take, and that intimidates me, and that's the reason I haven't started yet. Because that game is so fucking long. Oh my god. I don't even know how to estimate it. Like, it just took way too long.
Well, I mean, that's why they spent all that time in development, you know. I also linked you guys to the Dog of Dracula duology LP that Gats is running. It's the weirdest fucking thing. I thought he was making it up as he went along for the thread. And then, no, it turns out it's a real fucking thing that you can download. It's like an adventure game, but it's in a world where ghouls and vampires and so on exist as real-world entities. You play as a ghoul or whatever, undead stylist who goes around and gives haircuts to zombies and shit. And you're trying to figure out who's stolen all the sauces of the world. Bill Clinton factors heavily into the game.
Dog of Dracula Barbecue Densetsu is a post-pre-apocalyptic visual novel, an otaku noir I don't even know what that word is. Sure, about a groomer stuck in a sauceless city.
Developed by major depressive auteurs Team Batsu. That's fantastic. I don't care anymore.
What am I looking at?
It's the exact thing you wanted to see all your life.
I want it.
It's free. Go have it.
I think I'm gonna have it. I think I'm not even gonna look at that thread because I think I just want to play it.
There's 2 games, but they're both pretty short. It's just craziness. I just really go watch that shit. It's amazing. So yeah. After that, you guys have anything else you really want to talk about besides Alabama fucking losing?
Oh my god, don't even get me fucking started on how much I hate Ohio State.
Really?
It's like, I know we say, like, roll tide all the time. I'm really not an Alabama fan, like, at all. But I fucking hate Ohio State. So I was just completely rooting against Ohio State in that game. And I hope Oregon just fucking runs house on them.
That'd be great. You know, it's...
Not to get all sports chatty on you.
I don't care about Ohio State. All I care about it, or I live in Ohio, but all I care about are the fucking Bengals, and they just lost. Yeah. Thanks, Bengals. You've done your 8th playoff in a row, where you've made it to the playoffs and then lost in the first game. You're doing it, Bengals.
It could always be worse. They could be the
lost
Browns.
You lost to the fucking Browns this year. What the fuck?
Yeah, but they could be the Browns. Think about that.
They could.
Fucking
or the Cowboys.
Cowboys won today, despite everything.
Oh, good. That means the Detroit they haven't tied with the Detroit Lions for a number of times that they've made it to the playoffs and then lost in the first year. Because that's what I was worried about, is that they were going to be tied with the Detroit fucking Lions in that record.
That's always a scary proposition.
So I've got a good buddy of mine who's he's like a bodybuilder and personal trainer. The dude's fucking gigantic, but he doesn't drink at all. The last time he was drunk was when the Cowboys won the Super Bowl.
God
so that
damn,
was 94? No, I think it was 94. And he says, like, that's the next time he's going to get drunk. Is the only time he'll ever drink is when the Cowboys win the Super Bowl.
So
I think he might have adapted to say go to the Super Bowl. So if Dallas makes it to the Super Bowl, there's going to be like a 320-pound brick shithouse of a man getting drunk off of like 2 drinks because he hasn't had a drink in 20 years.
Goddamn, yeah, 1995, by the way.
Was it not? Oh, okay.
They almost lost to the Detroit Lions today. Like, last I checked, the Detroit Lions were kicking their ass. So
yeah, the Lions apparently lost because of a controversial referee decision. So
Good. Fuck
I
the
haven't
Lions.
seen what it was exactly because Stuart Scott died, and that's kind of been the thing where I
Yeah.
can't really look at stuff because it's mostly been like, hey, this guy that I saw every day for like 20 years when I was watching TV is dead.
I have no idea who that is.
He's the guy with the messed up eye on SportsCenter.
He's the one who coined the booyah phrase.
In Fuego.
I don't follow sports too heavily. All I care is that the Bengals continue to lose. I was there when they played the Jacksonville Jaguars in stadium, and I was worried that they were going to throw that away. Like, that was terrifying. That was a terrifying game to watch.
So,
Thank God for
real
weak
quick,
conferences.
only because I just saw a commercial about it. Did anyone take the time to watch the interview since it's been made available online?
No.
I kind of want to, just to see what what actually happens.
People in Mumble last night were saying it's a pretty bad movie.
Well, yeah, I mean,
There's no way it
I
was
could
gonna
have
be
told
good.
you that without actually watching it. But
It doesn't meet my high standards of trash, which is, will I at least be as entertained as as the time I've watched the first 3 Twilight movies? And the answer, I think, is probably no. So,
and it's not anime.
It's not.
and it's not anime. That's
Yeah,
also
that's it.
garbage.
Unless Seth Rogen pulls out a katana halfway through.
Well, I mean, it does involve North Korea,
Yeah.
so
Man, people's impressions of me is, who is that guy who likes nothing but garbage?
who's that garbage anime guy they have now?
That was the really weird part of when the Wolfenstein thread started up. It's like, glad to see you doing something that isn't hot garbage. It's like, yeah, that was it. I would only touch stuff if it was a fucking dumpster fire of a game. And it's like, no, I'm gonna get this guy CQC in here. He's gonna start playing fucking Stalin Subway on your asses. You're just gonna be like, what the fuck is this guy doing? And you're not even gonna understand. It's gonna be amazing. Like, please LP that and post the thread. I dare you.
I might. It depends on how long that game is. If I find out that game is short, I might LP it.
Oh God, I want to see this happen. You know that game's going to be short because they ran out of all their English in the first level or so.
I don't know, man. It came to Steam in 06, which means it's older than 06, and it has a physics engine. Mind you, it's not a good physics engine, but that was impressive at the time to have a physics engine.
Physics engine, everything just falls down.
The physics engine is really good because I already have tons of video footages of me making chair singularities by pushing each one of them into each other until they inhabit part of the same space and start winging the fuck out.
Oh God. All right. Well, I think that's been our time for this week. So, any last words, guys?
No, cat's still sleeping.
Good for
Roll
that.
Tide.
Roll Tide, indeed.